Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Monday, December 1st, 2025. Before I jump into the analysis, we have an important announcement to make, and that is a week from today, that is Monday, December 8th, you'll find your daily NVIDIA analysis within the wickedstocks.com subscription platform. So we're rolling it into wickedstocks.com as part of a suite of analytical videos that you can receive every day. For instance, you'll get our daily SPY and our daily triple Q analysis, our 2 stock picks a week. And of greater advantage, I think, is the fact that not only will you continue receiving our daily NVIDIA analysis with all the levels and trend directions, but you'll also get ongoing trade guidance. A lot of people don't realize that as a subscription platform, our daily triple Q and our daily SPY analysis subscribers receive direct member chat if they've got questions, trade guidance, if they have questions about where to place their stop loss. So an added benefit, it will be found at wickedstocks.com. This is the last full week of NVIDIA analysis that you'll find for free on YouTube. Starting a week from today, Monday, December 8th, it goes into wickedstocks.com. So I hope you take advantage of that and move into our wickedstocks.com subscription. We would love to have you. Let's move on to the analysis of the day. I'm going to start with this chart here, and that is, let me scroll up. We've got a sell signal that's been in play now for 2 weeks below the 190.09 level. It's not a significant long-term sell signal, only near-term, a 2 to 3 week sell signal that is anticipating the low 160s. 160.15 is a rising 7-8 month channel bottom projected off that April low that may well absorb selling not only through December, but even through all of Q1. And from here, we can round up into the kind of the 220s. 219 to 229 is a big area of longer term resistance that we've talked a lot about over the last few months. And so the 2 to 3 week time frame, though, is still one of selling the low 190s and buying the low 160s. And inside of that, and we can move to, the daily chart here. I'm going to move, this is the actual same exact structure on the daily chart. What we find at 190.09 on that weekly chart, we have at 189.14 on the daily chart. Heavy below that, anticipating the low 160s. We have a convergence of a descending 1 month channel bottom and that rising 7-8 month channel bottom around 160.122. They come together exactly today. We're not going to see that today. I highly doubt it, but nonetheless, it is there for, covering a short position you may have established a week ago below the upper 180s, or even reversing and going long. Bottom picking the low 160s is the name of the game from my perspective as we move into the first quarter of next year. On an intraday basis, we've got 178.16. That's a level we closed below on Friday. It is really kind of the Wednesday high, Thursday low. Wednesday high being significant because it is the move low following that all-time high from about a month ago. And so it still has soft pivot point qualities. If we get in a big sell, how should I put this? If the market shows considerable weakness today, and I think it is inclined to show weakness, holding below 178.16, we just might see 168.67 today. Although with present volatility, and that's probably not a great example because this is Thanksgiving week from last week, where volatility does contract as we move into, actually, I called this Thursday, Friday. This is more like Wednesday, Friday. Holding below 178.16, I'm going to call 168.67 a 1 to 3 day target where we could bottom out for a day on our way down into the lower 160s. 160.122 can absorb selling, as I say, not only on a weekly, but also a quarterly basis. We can round up from here to new highs following a testing of the low 160s. I will mention, as I have all along, that if we were to close below the low 160s, 160.122 daily chart convergence, we've got on the weekly chart 162.15. If we close below this area over the next few weeks, bearish continuation into the 120s, the lower 120s. This 120.82 is really a 2-year channel bottom that could absorb selling possibly through all of 26. Long-term bull trend remains clearly intact above 120.82. But for right now, it is ping pong, if you will, between the low 160s and the low 190s. And if we do happen to close today back above the 178.16 level, that does sort of neutralize our short-term kind of 3 to 5 day dynamic and allow 189.14 to 190.09 within 3 to 5 days. I use the word allow because I don't think it's a really strong buy signal with a settlement above 178.16, but I think what it's telling us is that we're in a more neutral stance into later week, but you can allow the upper 180s, once again, low 190s by the end of the week. That wouldn't surprise me, where we could top out, through December, and from here fall back into the low 160s within 2 to 3 weeks of testing the upper 180s to low 190s. Now, if we do happen to close back above this area, which is not likely today, and I don't think likely this week, but if it does occur, if we do close above 190.09, then I see likely upward continuation by the end of January or sooner into this 219.64. There's also 229 as well. On the way up, we will be watching closely this descending channel top at 191.32, which we're already combining with the low 190s. So this is really kind of, this area that I talk about here in the upper 180s, low 190s is already finding a meaningful convergence in this descending channel top at 191.32. So as we continue into later week, this will all be bunched up into one 4-star resistance area, sellable resistance, able to contain buying into January, and below which, or at least into later December, and below which the low 160s remain a 2 to 3 week target. And if we close above this low 190s, then we're expecting a 2 to 3 week rally to 214.30. It's about as simple as that. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. Once again, a week from today, NVIDIA will be found on wickedstocks.com. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I appreciate you following us, and I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Tuesday's NVIDIA report. You have a great day.